What's good? We back with the boxing playing more. Y'all know what it is. Just watched Garcia and Lipinets last night. Was I tore up out my mind last night, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. But you know what it is. We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, and probably in the minority. I'm not impressed with Mikey Garcia at 140 pounds. He looked better though. He looked more explosive this time around. He's a technical marvel. He's fundamentally sound. I mean, that's what he based off of. Fundamentals and technique, and that take you a long way. But in the athletic gift department, at 140, I think he's lacking. But let's talk about the fight. Lipinets tried to box Garcia and try to punch with him. That was the game plan. Head movement, little body punching, and Buddy McGirt said he didn't want him to get into a brawl. He wasn't going to outbox Mikey Garcia. His feet is not good enough. I told you guys that. Once I actually turned on the tape and watched his footwork, it was garbage. Mikey Garcia was able to move whichever way he wanted to move last night. And not once did Lipinets step over and try to cut the ring off and make him go to his right. He was letting him go to his left when he go to his left, when he go to his right. He was able to go either which way. And Lipinets was trying to do that weak old head movement he be doing and trying to freeze Garcia with those weak feints that he got. And the jab is pretty good. He just fought the wrong fight. Buddy McGirt is not the trainer or the coach for Lipinets, at least for last night's fight. He should have been aggressive. He should have been coming downhill, ripped the body, and been aggressive and been more of a pressure fighter, like a real pressure fighter, not like that tentative pressure where, he was putting pressure on him, but he wasn't getting up close and trying to rip the body for real. He was at that right, putting the pocket distance. And Garcia tore him up. That's what he did. Lipinets, you could tell he don't have a deep amateur background. He was a kickboxing champion. You look at his base, his feet was terrible last night. He can punch, but some of his punches got wide. He got reckless. He was squaring up. Everything that I seen on film confirmed why I picked Mikey Garcia for a wide unanimous decision. He sucks period from the waist down. Lipinets, but he makes up with it with his physical talent, with his power, his punching, his awkward chopping right hand. He makes up for it. He touched Mikey more than I like to see Mikey touch last night. He busted Mikey nose up, and then Mikey just started going for it. He dropped him in the 7th with a good left hook, while Lipinets tried a left uppercut, I think it was, and squared up. This wasn't a tough fight at all for Mikey Garcia. As a matter of fact, he made it tougher than what he had to make it, in my opinion. But Lipinets was trying to close the distance. He was trying, and Mikey was just outboxing him and peppering him and picking him apart. Mikey definitely got hit too much last night. His defense ain't all of that. He not all of that. I'm sorry. I like Mikey from 130 on down, or maybe 135. I like him there at 140. He's not a 140 pounder. Guys are gonna whip his ass, especially if you go to 147. I do a video about how I think he'll stack up versus some guys at 140, 147. But he not an elite fighter above 140. I mean, this division, most people might consider him elite, but I mean, when you talk about amongst the elite 140 pounders over history, Costa, Crawford, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, Marcos Maidana at one point, if you want to consider him elite, Matisse, I don't know, you want to, we're world champion, but guys like that, Timothy Bradley, Devin Alexander, guys of that nature, I don't see him there yet. But guess what? It's only his second fight at 140. He had a game, Lipinets, who was very, very tough, very, very inexperienced in the professional ranks, but was on the fast track, and he did good. But I don't think Lipinets is a top 5 140 pounder in my opinion. I think Josh Taylor whoops him. I think Progress whoops him. I think Relic whoops him. That'd be a good fight. There's some other guys out there as well. You got Maurice Hooker, who's real tall, rangy, facing Terry Flanagan, and you got some guys up there in my opinion. You really do. But like I said, he just getting his feet wet, man. And Garcia is gonna continue to improve. But like I said, fundamentals and technique can only take you so far. When you don't really have the defense, to defense like that, when you're not that fast and stuff, the real defense like that, it's gonna be tough for Garcia, especially thinking about 147. I think it's several welterweights that possibly puts him to sleep. I wouldn't do that. It's a few 140 pounders that may give him a lot of issues. It's some 35 pounders that can give him issues in Lomachenko or Linares. It'll be interesting. He didn't mention those names last night. Robertson Jr. was there last night. Obviously, it looked like Robertson Jr. and him is on a they on the crash course. I think that's where they're gonna go with Linares and Lomachenko trying to make a date. I'm trying to make some things happen, on ESPN to not collide with the Canelo Golovkin 2 replay. Let's see if that fight even takes place. So they still working on that. So it seems like he's gonna go for Robertson Jr. unified 135, but at 140, I don't know, man. I just know I'm not liking what I see from the kid yet. I'm not saying that it ain't gonna happen, but he's fundamentally sound. He's a technical marvel. Obviously, fundamentals, technique, and some boxing skills that he do have was gonna be the guy. And Lipinets, who was who's a fundamental mess. He's a mess from the waist down, and some of the things he do from the waist up was a mess. He needed to make that a dog fight and pressure Garcia and really, really batter Garcia somewhat what Orlando Salido did, take that approach. But McGirt wanted him to box and box cautiously and not get in the brawl. That was some horrible advice because there was no way that Lipinets was going with that fake-ass head moving and weak-old feints was going to touch Mikey Garcia last night. And like I told you guys, this was going to be a wide unanimous decision by Mikey. Lipinets' feet is garbage, and then some of his other parts of his game is not that good. But, he continued to learn from that. He's a good fighter, but Lipinets got a lot to learn on what he can do in the ring, how he can counter some of the things that Mikey was doing. But I think he'll continue to be good. He better be glad he didn't get in the ring with Crawford like he was lobbying for it. He better not move up to 47 no time soon. Neither one of them, Lipinets or Mikey Garcia. We gone.